Hi everyone, welcome back to Easy Talk with us.
We're so happy you're here. I'm Sophie.
And I'm Emma. Thanks for joining us today.
Grab a cup of coffee, relax, and let's have an easy English conversation together.
Today's topic is something everyone has, our daily routines.
That's right, we all have different habits, but many daily activities are actually very similar.
We'll talk about common routines, useful vocabulary, and some natural expressions that native speakers use every day.
So, let's get started.
So, Sophie, when someone asks you what's your daily routine like, is it an easy question to answer?
I think it depends on the day. Some days are very organized, and other days are a little messy.
I know exactly what you mean. I always plan to have a perfect morning, but it doesn't always happen.
Same here! Sometimes I wake up before my alarm and I feel full of energy, but other mornings, I just want to stay in bed for another 10 minutes.
Oh, yes, that sounds familiar. I think almost everyone has days like that.
Definitely. Even people who seem very organized probably have lazy mornings once in a while.
That's true. And actually, I think having a routine doesn't mean every single day has to be exactly the same.
Exactly. A routine is more like a guide than a strict schedule.
I like that. A guide, not a rule.
Yes. For example, I usually wake up around 7 o'clock. Then I make my bed before I do anything else.
Really? You always make your bed?
Almost always. It only takes a minute and somehow it makes my room look much nicer.
I've heard people say that making your bed is a good way to start the day because you've already finished one small task.
That's exactly how I feel. It's a tiny achievement, but it puts me in a good mood.
I like that idea. My first step is usually making coffee. Honestly, I don't fully wake up until I smell fresh coffee.
I think many people can relate to that.
Do you eat every morning?
Most of the time, yes. I try not to skip breakfast because I feel hungry very quickly if I do.
Same here. I don't always have a big breakfast, but I like eating something light before I start working.
Exactly. Even something simple can give you energy for the morning.
And after breakfast, that's when the busy part of the day usually begins.
Yes, that's when emails start coming in, meetings begin, and suddenly the morning goes by so fast.
It's funny how the morning always seems to disappear so quickly.
I know! 1 minute you're answering your first email, and the next thing you know, it's already lunchtime.
Exactly. I always think I'll finish this one task before lunch, but somehow there are three more waiting for me.
That happens to me all the time. I guess that's just part of a busy day.
So, once lunch is over, how do you usually feel?
Honestly, it depends on what I eat. If I have a really big lunch, I sometimes feel a little sleepy afterward.
Same here. That's why I usually try to eat something light during the week.
That's probably a good idea. A lighter meal helps me stay focused in the afternoon.
And speaking of staying focused, I think the afternoon is when people really have to concentrate on finishing their work.
Absolutely. In the morning, you're usually planning your day, but in the afternoon, it's time to actually get things done.
Right. Whether you're working in an office, studying at school, or working from home, the afternoon is often the busiest part of the day.
I agree. There are meetings, deadlines, phone calls, emails. Sometimes it feels like everything happens at once.
It really does. And that's why good time management becomes so important.
Definitely. I like making a short list of the most important things I need to finish before the day ends.
That's a great habit. Otherwise, it's easy to get distracted.
Oh, yes. Sometimes I start doing one task, then I remember another one, and before I know it, I've opened 5 different tabs on my computer.
I think we've all done that.
Probably more than once.
When that happens, I like to stop for a minute, take a deep breath, and ask myself, what's the most important thing right now?
That's actually a really helpful tip. It helps you focus instead of feeling overwhelmed.
Exactly. And taking a short break can help too.
Yes, some people think breaks waste time, but I think they're necessary.
I couldn't agree more. Even standing up, stretching your legs, or walking around for 5 minutes can make a big difference.
Sometimes I make myself a cup of tea, look out the window for a few minutes, and then come back feeling much more refreshed.
That sounds nice. I also try not to spend every break looking at my phone.
Really? That's not always easy.
No, it isn't. But I've noticed that scrolling through social media doesn't always help me relax.
I know what you mean. Sometimes your brain needs a real break, not just more information.
Exactly. Listening to some quiet music or simply enjoying a few minutes of silence can be much more relaxing.
By the way, do you usually finish work at the same time every day?
Most of the time, yes, but occasionally I stay a little longer if I'm working on an important project.
That makes sense. I think almost everyone has busy days now and then.
The important thing is knowing when it's time to stop.
I agree. There's always more work to do, but we also need time to rest.
Exactly. Once the workday is over,
It's finally time to enjoy the evening.
so after a long day at work or school, it's finally time to slow down.
Yes, and I think that's everyone's favorite part of the day. It's the moment when you can leave work behind and focus on yourself.
Exactly. Some people head straight home while others stop somewhere first.
That's true. Some people go to the gym after work while others meet a friend for coffee or do a little shopping on the way home.
I actually enjoy taking a short walk before I get home. It helps me clear my mind after a busy day.
That sounds really relaxing. Walking for even 15 or 20 minutes can make a big difference.
It really can. Sometimes I listen to music, and other times I just enjoy the fresh air.
That sounds really relaxing. Walking for even 15 or 20 minutes can make a big difference.
That's a good way to describe it. It's almost like telling your brain, okay, work is over. Now it's time to relax.
Exactly.
Once I'm home, the first thing I usually do is change into something comfortable.
Oh, absolutely. Comfortable clothes instantly make me feel more relaxed.
I couldn't agree more. Such a small thing, but it really changes how you feel.
Then I usually wash my hands, put my phone down for a few minutes, and just enjoy the quiet.
That's a great habit. Sometimes we spend so much time looking at screens that we forget to take a real break.
Exactly. Even 5 or 10 minutes without notifications can feel refreshing.
Speaking of relaxing, what do you usually do before dinner?
It depends. If I'm hungry, I start cooking right away. But if I still have some energy, I might tidy up the house or water my plants first.
That sounds nice. I actually enjoy cooking in the evening. I don't make anything fancy, but I like preparing a simple meal,
Me too. Cooking can be surprisingly relaxing.
especially when you're not in a hurry.
Exactly. During the day, everything feels rushed. In the evening, you can finally slow down.
Do you usually cook every day?
Most of the time, yes, but I have to admit, sometimes I'm too tired.
I think we've all had those days.
That's when I make something quick or simply order food.
There's nothing wrong with that once in a while.
I agree. The important thing is not to feel guilty about it.
Right. Nobody has a perfect routine every single day.
Exactly. Some evenings are productive and others are just for resting.
After dinner, people spend their evenings in so many different ways.
Yes, some people watch their favorite TV series.
Others read a book or listen to music,
Some enjoy playing video games.
and many people like spending time with their family.
That's one of my favorite parts of the day, just sitting together talking about what happened during the day.
I love that too. Sometimes the simplest conversations are the most meaningful.
Exactly. You don't always need exciting plans to have a nice evening.
These days, a lot of people also spend part of their evening learning something new,
That's true. Some study English.
which is probably why many of our listeners are here today.
We hope so.
Others learn to cook, practice photography, play an instrument, or take online courses.
I think learning doesn't have to stop after school.
Absolutely. Even spending 20 or 30 minutes on a hobby can make your evening feel more rewarding.
And hobbies are also a great way to relax after a stressful day.
Of course, not everyone wants to be productive every evening.
That's an important point.
Sometimes the best thing you can do is absolutely nothing.
I completely agree.
Just sitting on the sofa, watching a funny movie, or listening to your favorite music can be exactly what you need.
People often feel like they have to be busy all the time.
But resting is productive too.
Exactly. Your body and your mind both need time to recover.
Eventually, the evening starts coming to an end.
Yes, and that's when many people begin getting ready for bed.
Some prepare their clothes for the next day.
Others make a to do list or set their alarm.
Having a simple bedtime routine can make the next morning much easier.
I couldn't agree more.
How we end the day really affects how we start the next one.
That's so true. If I don't have a good night's sleep, the next day feels much harder.
Same here. So, what does your bedtime routine usually look like?
I try to keep it simple. First, I usually stop using my phone at least 30 minutes before bed.
Oh, that's impressive. I try to do that, but sometimes I get distracted.
It's not always easy, but I notice that when I scroll on my phone too much, I fall asleep later.
Yes. I think many people lose track of time on their phones at night.
Exactly. So I try to replace it with something more relaxing.
Like reading?
Yes, reading a few pages of a book helps a lot. Sometimes I also listen to calm music or a short podcast.
That sounds really peaceful. I usually like reading too, but I also enjoy just lying down and thinking about the day.
That's actually a nice habit, kind of like reviewing your day.
Yes, exactly. I sometimes think, what went well today? Or what can I do better tomorrow?
That's a good mindset. It helps you feel more organized mentally.
And I also prepare small things for the next morning, like my clothes or my bag,
Same here. It makes the morning much easier and less stressful.
right? It feels like you're giving a small gift to your future self.
I like that idea.
After that, I usually just try to relax completely.
Same. I think the goal is to slow down your mind.
Exactly. Not thinking about work, not checking messages, just relaxing.
And of course, getting enough sleep.
Yes. Most people don't realize how important sleep is.
But when you get a good night's sleep, everything feels easier the next day.
So if we look at the whole day, from morning to night, it really shows how routines shape our life.
Exactly. Small habits create a big difference over time.
And the good thing is, you don't need a perfect routine.
Maybe you can try improving one small part of your routine this week.
We hope today's episode helped you think about your own daily habits.
Yeah, I was thinking the same. Especially phrasal verbs and idioms, they really change how natural your English sounds.
Actually, let's not finish just yet. I feel like there are still some really useful things we should talk about.
Oh, yes, wind down is a good one. I use it a lot. Like, I usually wind down by watching something or just listening to music after a long day.
Exactly. For example, in daily routines, we always use phrasal verbs like get up, set off, wind down. These are everywhere.
Much more natural, yes? And what about run out of time? That one is so real life.
That sounds very natural. And set off is another important one. It means starting a journey. So instead of saying I go to work at 8, you can say I set off for work at 8 every morning.
It really does. Okay, let's move to idioms then. One of the most common ones is time flies.
True. Like I was so busy today that I ran out of time to finish everything. That happens all the time.
Another one I like is in the blink of an eye. It means something happens very quickly.
Yes, and we actually use it in real conversations all the time. Time flies when you're busy, or time flies when you're having fun.
And there's also back to square one. That one is a bit funny, but very useful.
Right. Like the whole day passed in the blink of an eye. That's very natural.
Exactly. And there's one more I use a lot. Get the hang of it.
Yeah, it means starting over again. For example, something went wrong, so I had to go back to square one.
That's exactly how learning English feels too.
Oh, yes, that's a good one. It means you start to understand something after practicing. Like, at first, my routine was hard, but now I'm getting the hang of it.
Yes, like instead of very tired, we can say exhausted, drained, or worn out.
True. Now let's quickly upgrade some vocabulary as well because small changes make a big difference.
And instead of relax, we can say unwind, chill out, or take it easy.
And instead of very busy, we can say hectic or my schedule is packed.
Honestly, this is the kind of English you hear in real life conversations.
These are simple changes, but they make your English sound much more natural. That's all for today's episode of Easy Talk with Us.
Thanks so much for listening and spending time with us. We'll be here with another easy English conversation to help you improve naturally.
If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to join us next time.
Take care and have a peaceful day.
Take care and have a peaceful day. Bye.
Bye!